So, Forest are being linked with pre-season Pereira from Fulham. We've got good news again on Taiwo and Forest players being nominated for end-of-year awards. Welcome to your Forest news. Good morning, good evening, or good night. Hope you guys are doing well, and welcome to your latest Forest news. Coming up, we're going to give you the latest on Taiwo. We'll talk to you about the links to Premier League cam/midfielder, and we'll give you the nominees for the end of year awards for the Premier League, where Forest are featuring. If you're enjoying the content, please don't forget to hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed as well if you're new to Forest Fan TV. And let's jump into the news. And you can grab me a coffee, by the way. Scan that QR code or click on the link that's pinned. Okay, most importantly, Taiwo, how's he doing? We told you yesterday, coming out of the coma, it was good news, good news, good news. And there's further good news updates as well. It's been confirmed that he is now kind of talking with his family and the surgery was complete. They believe it was successful, but he will remain in hospital and be monitored. A lot of these updates are coming from Mike Keegan. He's been all over this story, so it's good to hear some more positive news on Taiwo. Now, off the back of what's happened with Taiwo, there is talks that they are going to look and address the offside rule when it comes to playing on in clear and obvious offside situations. Even Ola Aina has had his say. There's been quotes put out from him saying from where he was standing, it was so clear it was offside. Why didn't they just flag? And I don't know why it has to take, an injury or a horrific one in that case for these things to be addressed. Surely they should be looked at beforehand, and surely common sense needs to prevail. So we'll let you know what happens with those offside rules when they change or if they change and what have you. But forget all that. More importantly, it looks like Taiwo is well on the road to recovery. So that's some great news. And shout out to you guys with all your get well messages to Taiwo in the comments yesterday. They're absolutely lovely to hear. So that's the update on Taiwo and the rule changes. Let's move on and talk about some transfer news. Okay, let's move on to the next story, and that is on Andreas Pereira, the Fulham cam, could play in the 8 as well, who may be on the move from Fulham this summer. And there are two clubs that have been quoted as being interested in him, and that's Marseille and, of course, Nottingham Forest. The 29-year-old moved from Manchester United to Fulham a couple of seasons ago, where he looked to revitalise his career. And I would actually say he did improve Fulham. But is he right for Forest? And is this a Morgan Gibbs-White replacement if Gibbs-White was indeed to leave, as reports suggest, to Manchester City? I'm not convinced on this one. I'm really not. I think he is a good player. Is he better than Gibbs-White? No, in my opinion. I think he's a better shooter than Gibbs-White, and he's better at a dead ball than Gibbs-White. He has scored goals from free kicks. But overall, I think we could do a lot better. And the price Fulham want for him is about 30 to 35 million for his services. And he's got 1 year left on his contract. I can't get excited by this one, I'll be honest with you. Yes, he's Brazilian and he'll mix it up with all our, Nottingham Rainforest players and what have you, but I think we can do better. But the report itself says this. Both Marseille and Forest are interested in pre-season Pereira, to the fact that De Zerbi has actually got in contact with him and has been messaging the player. De Zerbi, of course, out in Marseille currently. And with 1 year left on his contract, he does have an automatic +1 on there from Fulham if they do want to trigger it. But Fulham would be willing to deal at about 30 to 35 million pounds for the player. I don't want him. I'll be honest with you, I don't want him. Now, this isn't a case of an Eddie Nketiah where I'm like, absolutely over my dead body would I take Nketiah at Forest. This is okay, I get it, but it just doesn't excite me. There are better players we could get if indeed Morgan Gibbs-White was to leave. So for me, I'm a no on Pereira. He's played like 102 games for Fulham, scored 9 goals. Not the most amazing return, if I'm honest. He has played at Brazil at international level. I think he's had 9 appearances and 2 goals there. So, is my answer to that. But would you take him? Let me know in the comments down below. Okay, so the end of season awards are up in terms of the nominees, and Forest are featuring quite heavily in a lot of the key main categories. Categories, that's the word I want. So, for manager of the season, drum roll please, you have your nominees in. You've got Thomas Frank, don't know why. Eddie Howe, I think that's a good shout. You've got Victor Pereira as well from Wolves. Arnie Slot, and of course, Nuno as well. So 5 nominees to pick from. You guys can vote for these, I do believe. But who do you think should be up for manager of the season? I'll be honest with you, if I'm being objective about this, 4 weeks ago I'm saying Nuno, it's not even a contest. Has my mind been swayed slightly by the last few weeks? I'd be lying if I said no. If I'm being objective about this and not partisan, I'd probably say Eddie Howe. If he gets Champions League for Newcastle, winning their first trophy in 70 years, I'd probably say Eddie Howe, followed very closely by Nuno. But do you guys agree with that? Who would you pick as your manager of the season? Let me know in the comments. Now, player of the season nominees are also up as well. And Forest have 2 in here. You've got yourself, I'll read you through it. There's 2 for 8 in total. You got Ryan Gravenberch, you got Alexander Isak, you got Brian Mbeumo, you got Declan Rice, Mohamed Salah, Virgil van Dijk, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Morgan Gibbs-White. I think this one is a tougher one to call. Out of those, I'll be honest with you, Morgan Gibbs-White wouldn't have made the list for me. Chris Wood, definitely. 20 goals for Forest this season has been a fantastic return. Hopefully he gets to 23 or something with a couple of games to go. So I would have Chris Wood there. I think Mohamed Salah, in terms of his goals and assists and what have you, even though he's faded, I would say, in the latter half of the season, is up there. Declan Rice, everyone's just talking about the free kick against PSG, so that's technically not Premier League. I'm going Cristiano Ronaldo. I am. I'm being objective here. Would you guys agree with that or not? Let me know from that list who you would go with. And then finally, the Young Player of the Season awards are up as well. And you've got Liam Delap, Ryan Gravenberch as well in that. You got Howson from Bournemouth. You got Cole Palmer, who I think's had a crap second half to the season. Pedro from Brighton, Morgan Rogers, William Saliba, and Anthony Elanga. Oh. If I'm being objective, I think it's Morgan Rogers from that list, if I'm being honest with you. I think he's had a very good season. Even when he's been moved out wide to accommodate for Asensio, I still think he's been very good for Villa. My gut feeling says Morgan Rogers on that one. But who would you guys pick? Let me know in the comments down below. All right, well, that brings you up to date with your Forest news. We've got Grumpy Old Reds tonight for you at 6:30. We'll be talking about the transfers. We'll be talking about the whole Marinakis and Taiwo stuff. And, of course, we'll be looking ahead to the West Ham game. So make sure you tune in for that as well. There's plenty of content to keep you busy between now and then if you're looking for more. So I'll leave some videos for you on the end screen. And let me know who your nominations would be. So, if you've enjoyed the content and you haven't hit that like button, please don't forget to do so. Make sure you subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you are new here. And we'll see you tonight on Grumpy Old Reds. Come on, you Reds.